first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you for joining us. We are live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we do every weekday, starting around 1 p.m. Pacific, going throughout the afternoon. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us at KPTV.com or the Fox 12 Oregon app, which you can download on pretty much any device or platform that you are on. And we cover a wide range of topics. But today, for this segment, we're playing an interview that I did record on Friday. This is airing for the first time right now, where I spoke to Rob Halford from Judas Priest. Judas Priest, when I talked to him, so this was on Friday, September 6th, when I actually spoke to him for this interview. It was to the day 50 years from their album Rock-A-Rolla when it first came out. And they are back out on tour, as they always do, and they're going to be here in Portland on October 10th. And I will say, you know, for those of you who maybe, if this is your first time watching, or maybe you watch all the time, I don't geek out too much about too many things. But Rob Halford is one of the things where I geeked out about it. So I was very excited to have this interview, so much so that we're going to give you a little even behind the scenes for this one, the way we cut it together, because when I brought him on via Zoom, and for those of you who know who Rob Halford is, you'll appreciate this part. He joined in via Zoom, and his Zoom handle was just the Metal God. And so I wanted to just start off with that, with bringing him in. So that's where the interview kind of begins. It was my back turned as I'm setting things up, and then we roll into it. Also, a special appearance, I believe for the first time on Fox 12 Now, the assistant news director here for Fox 12 Oregon, Matthew Hill, joins in towards the end. So you'll see him in there. He'll hop on. We had to share a microphone, but he had a specific question for Rob Halford, and we'll have that in this as well. There's no more talking needed from me. Let's go straight to this. Rob Halford on Fox 12 Now. There we go.
Hey, Greg.
I love that you have the Metal God as your handle.
Well, you know, at this time of life, I have to know who I am. And I go, oh, yes, I'm the Metal God. That's who I am. It's great to be with you guys today.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. You know what? Let's jump right into it, because I know you got a lot going on. But, man, Rob, it is so good to have you here. I am a huge fan. And I wanted to talk about this. You know, it's September 6th, 2024. 50 years ago, Rock-A-Rolla, to the date, for people who are watching this right now, I mean, to the date that came out. For you, you know, now here on this tour for Invincible Shield, you know, what does it mean to you to still be out here doing this 50 years later? And also, what's changed in your approach to going out and doing this?
So many beautiful words are running around my head when I think about Rock-A-Rolla 50 years ago today, as we're speaking, being released. It's just incredible. It's incredible. We were one of the first heavy metal bands that made this music. We're the longest surviving heavy metal band on the road today, in the world today. Because I just Googled that. And so look, man, it's joys, it's blessings. Thank you, Lord. It's just the fans who kept us going. Without the fans, we got nothing. It's dedication, it's passion, it's desire, it's energy, it's commitment. All of these words are wrapped up in this beautiful band, Judas Priest. What keeps us going? Again, the fans, the new music, Invincible Shield, our latest release, I think really embodies all the things that you love about this band. We're on fire. We're still delivering the goods. And we're coming back to Portland to break the law again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, this new record is so good. And it brings back some of the old things, you know, from way back in the day. But also, you know, I wanted to ask this for you personally. How do you maintain your voice like that? Because, I mean, you sound better than ever on this new album. What do you do? Like, what's your regimen to keep that going?
Thank you for those kind words, Greg. I embrace them. You know, I don't know. if I knew, I'd be one of these guys that you see doing an infomercial at 3 a.m. on Portland, Fox 10, Fox 12. You know, hey, I'm Rob Halford, and if you drink this 3 times a day, you'll be able to scream like a metal god in your septuagenarian years. I don't know, man. I don't question it. It's just glorious. You know, all singers are great. All singers have got their own style and their technique, their own individual kind of performance. I don't know what it is. It's the Halford DNA. I would say it's the beer, but I quit drinking 30-something years ago, so that may be part of the equation. You know, it's in your body. Singers will tell you it's a very physical performance, so you have to keep your body. The temple, the metal temple, has to be in good shape. So you do whatever you need to do, because when you stand on the stage at the beautiful place that we're coming to in Portland in the clouds, there's a responsibility. You want to give your fans your best performance. It's like going to see your favorite football team, baseball, basketball, whatever. You go there, you love this team, you love this band, you want to be having the best experience. And so the team does that. Priest goes on stage every night, wherever we are in the world, and we give you 1,000% so you can take home the metal memories and get ready for the next time.
I mean, 100%. That's the thing. You do. You bring it that way every time you get on stage. You know, talking about the metal side of things, you are the metal god. 50 years of metal, longest running metal band. What to you defines the term metal music?
It's a lot of things. You can't really put it into one or two words, because it is about the sound, obviously. The earliest metal bands were four-piece bands: a singer, a guitar player, a bass player, and the drums. So the dynamics, the sound of all of those instruments together, with everything past 11, Spinal Tap reference, everything has to go past 11. You know, the way that the music is sounding, and its volume and its power and its presence and its aggression and its energy and the dynamics, all of that is at the heart and soul of the heavy metal music experience in and of itself. But to be able to still push all of those ideas, push all of those thoughts, push all of those endeavors, now all of these years later, it's just it's crazy and it's beautiful.
It is. I mean, and you're still up there, you know, like you mentioned, doing that. You're going to be coming here to Portland. You're going to be here October 10th at Theater in the Clouds. And now when you come into town, when you're on tour like this, obviously the performance is number one, but do you get time to go out and actually check out some of the cities you're in? I mean, I know you've been to Portland before over the years. Is there anything in particular that you do when you get here?
Been to Portland since the 70s. You guys have had this band's back since the 70s. We see a lot of our old metal maniacs, old friends, and I don't use the word old in the ageism. I'm talking about supporters. Our metal maniacs, our fans have been with us, a lot of them since day one. To the new metalheads that are going to come see us at the show in Portland, who've never seen Priest before. That's what I love about this band, you know, that there are new young metal maniacs that have choose Judas Priest to be their band, and that's just incredible. So, you know, I tell you, this band runs on clockwork. So by the time the plane lands, by the time we get from the plane to the show, and then we do the show, more often than not these days, it's back on the plane and then we're off to the next destination. But we love Portland for all of its energy and its people. There's a great thriving heart of enthusiasm through all the arts in the community there. So, but I get out and about. So if you see somebody strolling around the streets in Portland in chaps that will not be assless, chaps, leather jacket, whips, chains, handcuffs, biker's cap, that'll be me. Come say hello and do a selfie.
You might blend in pretty well, though, in Portland with that. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That may not stand out as much.
No, that's what I love about Portland. It's so eclectic, you know. I love people that define themselves visually on the streets. It's great, man. It's a real statement. It's like, this is my life. This is who I am, and I live it but the way I choose to live it. So I'm all for that. I'm all for that in the arts in general. But as far as people being people being who they are, because it's their right to be who they are and say how they feel and look how they feel and love who they want to, I'm all for that. And Portland is full of it.
Absolutely. You know, something else I want to bring up, you know, with your career here and being here, I watched some of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performances, which was incredible. You know, you performed with Dolly Parton, a number of different people. Is there anybody out there that you have yet to perform with, maybe, you know, a song or something like that, that you still want to, that's possible?
That's a great question. And wow, I could give you a million answers. Willie Nelson, Rod Stewart, Mick Jagger, Lady Gaga. I'm all over the place.
Those are great
The
selections.
Drake. What's the song? Lights. Oh,
No, I'm blanking on it
the
too.
Weekend. The Weekend. What a voice! You know, mashups. I love mashups. I love
Yeah.
mashups because music is music is music. Okay, we all have our little labels and we all have our boxes, and that's nothing wrong with that. That's great. That's choice and preference. But I love it when you get the mashup. If you'd have told me that at one point in my life I'd be, cheek to cheek with Dolly Parton singing Jolene, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I go, what are you smoking? It's just beautiful, man. Embrace all the opportunities. So there's a list of a few I'd like to have an endeavor with.
I'd love to hear all of those. I think a Drake Judas Priest mashup that would be an interesting one. I don't know how it would work, but you would make it work 100%. Well,
there are these cool things that you may have seen on YouTube where songs are mashed up. There's some real funny but interesting Priest mashups out there. So musically, hey, you can do what you want. You can try everything. So who knows where the metal future will take us.
Well, talking about the metal future and you being here and mentioning, performing for all of your fans who have been there for years and years, but some of these younger fans, maybe the first time seeing Judas Priest, or they're just getting introduced to it, 50 years in. What would you say to them out there who are coming to a show like this, who have probably never seen anything like it for the very first time here in Portland? What do you want them to take away from that?
You're gonna see a band that are the Originators. I was trying to think of what James Brown used to say about himself, the originator, the pontificator, all of these things. This is what Judas Priest is. We are a band that has been, from the beginnings, the roots of this heavy metal sound began with a band called Judas Priest. And so you're experiencing something very, very precious and very powerful, and you're going to be treated to a really unique, one-of-a-kind show. So, yeah, I know this happens because I meet fans afterwards, after the shows, especially new metal fans that I've just saw you for the first time in my life. I've just turned, 15, 16, whatever. You guys just blew me away. There it is, there's the next Judas Priest fan coming into our congregation, coming into our beautiful, inclusive heavy metal community, and taking that message into their life to do whatever they're going to do next. That's what I love about fans and shows. Lots of musicians will tell you the reason I'm here is because I saw this band in this club in such and such a year, and they made me want to go buy a microphone, pick up a guitar, get some drumsticks. The treasure of the inspiration and the influence, again, is part of what makes any band come into being. The backstory, the back end.
What was the band for you?
Oh, well, I didn't have much choice in metal.
Yeah,
but
other than you created that. But
I tell you something, Greg. The fact that I was born in 1951, so I was experiencing as a young guy the cultural revolution in music of the 60s. I was there when the Beatles arrived. I was there when Hendrix arrived. I was there when Jefferson's Starship Airplane, whatever, arrived. The Doors, the Rolling Stones, all of these great founding fathers of all kinds of music in rock. I was there, man. So that inspiration was being like soaking into my body as a young person, because when you're a teenager, especially, you hate the world, you hate your mom, you hate your dad, you hate school, but you love your music because your music speaks to you. So I'm blessed to have lived a life that has been able to absorb all of the greats from the roots of the definitions of all of those different kinds of music. And even now, new things are happening, it's great. From musicians will tell you that the worst thing to do is to put the blinkers on.
Yeah.
Be open-minded, accept everything that's out there in all forms of music, all forms of art, because there's something in there. There's a little nugget of an idea of, oh, wow, that sounds really cool. Let me embellish on that idea and see where it might take me. So I've had all of that in my beautiful long life, and it hasn't diminished the desire for newness, the desire for new adventures, the desire for new music, and seeing what else is out in the world has never dissipated for me, and I'm happy I still feel that way.
Rob, you are absolutely amazing, and I am so looking forward to seeing this show here in Portland. You know, thank you so much for having time to talk to us. I mean, this really means a lot to me, and I just really appreciate you being here.
Great words. I love it. I embrace them. I take them in. It's full of love and light. Thank you, Greg. All the best. Hey, Portland, the priest is back. We'll see you soon.
The priest is back. Hey, Rob, real quick, I've got one friend here who may know somebody from your past. He just wanted to say something really quick.
Quick question for you. I saw you back in 94, 95 when you were at Fight, and I actually went with my college roommate and fraternity brother, a guy named Kane Sta Ius. Do you remember Kane?
Oh, my God. Shock. Shock. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you still in touch with him?
A little bit on social media. He's married, got a kid, the whole deal. So yeah, we were super excited. We were in college at the time. We were in San Diego. We drove all the way from San Diego to LA. Saw you with Fight. Drove back the same night. It was awesome.
What a great story. Please, if you're able to still reach out and contact him, just tell him to drop me a DM on my Instagram or Facebook.
Absolutely.
I'd love to reconnect. I watched him grow up from a little kid.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
His dad was my dermatologist.
Yeah.
And so there was him and his brother.
Yeah.
Dino. I can't remember. Dino.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Such a beautiful family. We'd go eat together. They'd come up to the house. They'd bring the kids up, jump in the pool, do a barbecue. This is great, man. Thank you for putting that into my heart again. And nice to meet you. And please pass on that message for me.
I definitely will. Thank you so much for your time. And good luck with your tour.
Thank you, my friend. Come and see us.
Absolutely.
We will be.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye now. Bye.
All right, so there we go. Rob Halford right here on Fox 12 now. Super exciting. Thank you to Matthew for joining. And I mean, just the randomness of knowing Rob Halford's dermatologist's son. I mean, you know, and then just looking at Rob's face when he found out that connection. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Fox 12 now. We are live streaming here every weekday, starting around 1 p.m. Pacific, going throughout the afternoon. So lots of segments for you to check out. A wide range of topics here on the show. You know, sometimes we have lead singer of Judas Priest. Sometimes we're taking deeper dives into some of our news stories that our other reporters are doing and everything across the board within that. You can find those all at the Fox 12 Oregon YouTube channel. So just go there, take a look through. Plenty of things to watch and learn from. And also KPTV.com. Click on the Fox 12 Now tab or download that Fox 12 Oregon app. Another great way to catch everything that we do. But we'll sign out for right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.